Hey YouTube, so it's me, Mrs. Black, coming back. I had to come and do a movie review real quick because I really needed to get this off my chest. I've been thinking about this for about 24 hours now. I did go last night to the midnight showing of Breaking Dawn. Yay! I was so excited. You know, I had to drag Baby Cakes down there because he really wasn't feeling it, but we made it. So, I had to do a movie review for that for a couple reasons, because I was so stoked and so excited about it, and not that I was disappointed, but I had some issues. So, for anybody that does not want any spoilers, because I can't hold water, I'm not really good with secrets. I know if you haven't read the book and you haven't seen the movie, you probably don't want to know what happens, but I can't really tell you why I'm upset if I can't tell you what happens in the movie. So, change the video now. Okay, good. So, number one thing that upset me about this movie is the lack of background information that we're given in this movie. Baby Cakes has never seen this movie. I mean, he's never read the books, you know, and he's only seen one of the movies, which was the one that I took him to last year. So we could watch that. And every 10 minutes he's asking me questions because something doesn't make sense. He doesn't understand why. And there are certain things that I noticed that were not explained in past movies, but they were explained in the book. Like Rosalie and their relationship. You know, she ain't never liked Bella. Not that Bella's scared of her, but she just chooses not to get in her way. Well, in the book it explains about Rosalie, her past, her wanting to have a child and things like that, and why she becomes Bella's go-to girl to protect her baby. In the movie, you don't see that. All you see is all of a sudden Rosalie is like a hound dog in the movie, and she ain't letting nobody come near Bella, or she might be ripping heads off and burning bodies. I don't know. Nobody knows that. The werewolves, I mean, you know, I don't know if I can't remember if it did explain it in the last movie or the movie before that, but when they're in their werewolf form, you know, that everybody that's in the pack can hear each other's voices. They can talk to each other like that. They can read minds, basically. And I don't know, it doesn't go into that or explain it in the movie, but Alex didn't get that either, so I had explained that to him. There was just a couple things, details that were left off. Like, I think it's pretty major, you know, that they explain the background story of every character. The book goes into detail, which I like flashback scenes and I like getting to know the characters. None of the movies before really went into detail about Jasper's past, Emmett's past, how Rosalie and Emmett got to be together, or anything like that. It goes into that in the book, I believe. But unless they're going to do that in the part 2, I don't think that they're ever going to do it. You're just never going to know these important details about these characters, which sucks. Another thing that I didn't like was this movie is, I mean, there's like, what, one fight scene. I wouldn't say good fight scene because it happens in the dark and you can't really see too much of what's going on, but it just, I mean, there's not a lot of action in it, and nothing really happens in this movie. Like, nothing really happens. They get married, she gets pregnant, Jacob still hates Edward, Jacob got beef with his pack. Nothing really happens monumental in this movie, which is, I mean, it's strange to me. The ending, I did not like the way that the movie ended, for the simple fact of, okay, what is Bella's main goal, you know, for her and Edward to be together forever? What's her main goal? She wants to be turned into a vampire, right? The end of the movie, she gets that. She gets turned into a vampire. There's no reason for them to really come with a second movie because they didn't leave us wanting for anything, you know? I mean, if you read the book, then you know towards the end of the book, when the baby Renesmee, when she grows up, she has powers, special things that she can do. We don't know any of that from the movie, and there's nothing to look forward to for that in the next movie. Bella's already a vampire, so what else is there why go to the movies? Well, I'm going to go to the movies when it comes out next year because, I mean, I know that there's more to come and I want to see it. I read it, visualized it, but I want to see it. But anybody else, like, I mean, Baby Cakes was asking me, so what's the second movie going to be about? Because isn't it done? Isn't it over? So there's really no, I don't want to say there's no point in going to watch the movie if you haven't read the book, but if you haven't read the book or at least seen the other movies and, I don't know, researched it or something, you're going to be missing out on a lot of details. The music for this book, horrible. I don't know who composed this music, but I didn't like it, and a lot of the scenes were just drug out with music, like sad, disdained music for long periods of time to kind of fill that time. But really, truly, and honestly, they could have made this one movie. This could have been one movie, and it maybe would have been a Titanic length movie, but people would have went to see it. People would have went to see it multiple times. I'm not going to go and see this movie multiple times for the simple fact of nothing happened. Now, if there was some action and some things that happened, I might go back 2 or 3 times, you know. But they really could have threw that book all together in one, and they didn't. What I did like, another thing I didn't like, some of the acting was not its best. I don't think that this was Edward's role. He really didn't get good into the acting part until a little bit later in the movie. But the beginning of it, where he's just real calm and somber and like worried and lovey-dovey, it's not really becoming of him in that sense. But I hope in the second movie he redeems himself, because I am Team Edward for life. So I hope that he does something to redeem himself. What I did like about the movie was the other actors really got to shine in this movie. Her dad, whoever he is, I think that he did a really good role, really good job of his role. You don't really see too much of the rest of the Cullens family. I mean, you see them, but they don't really talk that much. There's not really a lot of acting because there's a lot of music. There's a lot of music and a lot of looking and staring in that business. But I'm not going to say I didn't like the movie at all. I liked it. I'm glad that we went to go see it. I don't know if I'll buy it. I know I'm not going to go back and see it. But I'm excited for the second one to come. There's going to be a lot more action in the second one. There's going to be some old characters that are going to come back. Some new characters you're going to get to meet. Some that were introduced in this movie, actually. But, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know. Be prepared. I don't want to say be prepared for disappointment, but be prepared for it not to be the hype. The hype will be for the second movie, I want to say, especially if you're looking for the action, and hopefully they might bring in more details. So that was my review, my conclusion on how I felt about Twilight, and the only reason why I did this video is because I'm not like a movie, you know, fanatic, or I'm like, I know what a good movie is. But if you're further with me on Facebook, you know I was talking about this movie. If you got me on Twitter, you know I was tweeting my excited pictures, and so I just figured I'd let you guys know. Not that I was disappointed, but I'm hoping I can get something better when the next one comes out. June or July, I think. Yeah, so we'll see. Anyways, this is Miss Black signing out. I will talk to you later. Bye!